Hi, it's me again with Corel Roll Tips and Tricks. Somebody sent me this clip art, and I first said, like, really? This should be the easiest clip art you've ever traced. But it, he, I actually, before I did the video, uh, he told me more of what was going on, and I'm going to show you. It's pretty big, but I'm going to leave it pretty big because it's just black and white. I'm going to go outline, trade, clip art, clip art. And at first thought, I thought, well, it traced good. Go up to effects, group and ungroup, take the white and delete it. Well, then on a closer look, it's got some messed up lines, little gray anomalies. So what we can do, we're going to take it all and we're going to left click, right click. To me, the smartest thing to do, we've got double lines kind of. I'm going to delete really either side of the line. They're continuous lines. They're not going to mess anything up. I think there's a few more. And this is a pretty good lesson in moving nodes around. There's actually a couple of lines on the drip. And there's one right there. Now what I'm going to do is take the Smart Fill tool, it's set on blue. I'm going to fill that in. I'm going to move that Smart Fill over. I'm going to fill that in. If it had to be perfect, I would nudge it so they'd be the same. Then I'm going to left click, right click. And I'm going to zoom in and you can see the roughness. Take your node tool, your shape tool, and I would delete just a couple at a time. And we got a little bit of a bow between that line, so I'm going to shift select those two nodes and right click and turn them into a line. Now it's a little bit off, so you could just move that node up a little bit, get them more even. Same thing on the other side. I'm just saving a lot of time. I'm going to do 4 at a time this time, and you kind of see how it bows out. Now that side looks a little better. I would delete that node. I think everything else looks good up here in the corner where that other line was. Just all depends on what you think it needs to look like. And if this had to be perfect, there's a couple other ways we could do something. And go right here and just delete a couple of nodes. And you could play around with that and make it whatever shape you want. Now, I mentioned if you wanted it perfect. Let's say we want it perfect. That'll make the video a little more worth it. We'll put this in this, well, let's put in an indexing line in the center of the page. And then let's move this tip of this thing to the very center with my 4-point cross. So I don't have snap to guidelines on, so I'm going to go snap to guideline. Grab it, grab that 4-point cross, and it snapped right to it. Now double click on it. Double click on it and move your center rotation to that node. And then you could bring it up here and kind of get it maybe perpendicular. And this is what I was saying, if you wanted it dead on, accurate, perfect, like we can see right there that node isn't in the same spot as the other one. This is a little bit overkill. Let's delete those two nodes and see what happened. Tell you what, let's take these 4 nodes and right click and turn them into a line. Made a little square. It's a little bit off here. And what you could do there is just move this node up to that corner, move that node up kind of like to that corner, and then delete these 2 nodes. Now that one wasn't a line, so we're going to grab those 2 right click and turn it into a line. Pretty perfect. And then as far as the top, they almost look identical. Let me take away that note and just I kind of like this side better. So I'm going to take my virtual save and delete key and delete that side. Control D and make a duplicate, holding down the control button till you get your two-sided. I was holding down the shift key till you get your two-sided. Then take your smart fill tool, fill it in, and you have a symmetrical, perfect eyedropper. And then put it back at whatever angle you want and put your drip back. And then, of course, I guess I'd fill it in with black. And there you go. Anyway, I hope that helped them a little bit. Thank you for watching.